say my ex-wife rejected me. Well, considering that, I was married for like 12 years, so some of the things I will discuss, it will pertain to, my previous marriage or whatnot. And there was a lot of rejection going on there. And I guess some of the ways we really can't dictate how we're going to retaliate. And one of my retaliations was, again, I spoke about it earlier, was me cheating. And I feel that, though cheating is wrong, but I feel that rejection that I was receiving, it seems as if I had no, ladies don't get mad, but it seemed like I had no other option but to be out almost, because I felt that I had the discussion with her on things that she wasn't doing. It's not like I was a stay-at-home husband. No, I was the breadwinner within my marriage. I was like the dominant parent and things of that nature too. But then, it's like you're not cooking and I can't have sex when I want it. And so that really pushed me out the door. But again, like I said earlier, I can't point the finger all at her. I have to look back at me of the reason that she was rejecting me. And
so I'm going to ask you, not to cut you off, but how long did you contemplate stepping out before you actually did it? Because that's not something that you decide in a moment's time. There were some things that transpired.
Crazy. I'm so sorry, but it's crazy that you say that, because the first time that I met that particular person, it was the night that my ex-wife was supposed to go to me to a barbecue. We got into it that night. She was on a computer in the bed, and she made this statement to me. We got into it. She said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend." She said, I mentioned she was on the show, she admitted to it and all that, but she said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend," as she was up in the bed on her computer. And I'm like, wow. So honestly, that got into my spirit apparently, because that night I met the girl. I told her, I said, "Listen, I want you to be my girlfriend."
That's what you said?
Yeah. And I told her that night, I said, "Look, I want a girlfriend." And I told her XYZ. And
did you tell her you were married though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. I always want my ring.
Don't nobody care if y'all married? Don't nobody care?
They don't.
Yes, I always want my ring. Always want my ring. And I know it wasn't a good thing, but at the time, that for me, there was comfort. There was someone respecting me as a man and things of that nature. Someone really listened to me. Someone that really catered to me.
Right.
And apparently at that moment, that's something I was searching for.
Somebody stroke your ego?
Hell yeah, I needed that shit. I need it.
But talk about that. No, I really want you to talk about that, because we don't acknowledge that. We're laughing, but he needed that.
Yeah. And Delicious just mentioned, she just asked me, did I feel guilty? It's crazy, because in the beginning phase, I felt guilty. And it's like, damn, what am I doing? But I guess as time progressed, I felt less and less guilty. It almost like it became the norm. So I guess for anybody, it's don't get off into that situation, period. Yeah, because it's like 7 years in, I still communicate with that girl, and she is the mother of my son. Just like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. But see, here's the deal. Because when she said go get a girlfriend, that's a hall pass, right? But it's then when y'all get them kids, now it's complicated, because the kid is a real live human being.
That's just 7 years later, though. The kid came 7 years later.
7 years, 10 years, 10 days. I'm okay with but see, I don't know. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
Listen,
y'all gotta hear what he's saying.
No, when you're in a marriage, don't even play with that shit. Don't say go out there and get a girl. Don't even play with it. Take care of your significant other no matter what. That's my thing.
Oh, I agree with you, because I feel like part of the reason why relationships fail, especially all the ones that I talk to, is, and ladies, stop driving your men away to other men.
You hear me laughing? It's because his ass, all right? Okay.
But listen, I want to ask you, Martel, that was like a common law marriage. You do know that, right? Like, you was emotionally invested.
Of course.
In this relationship. So you had no intention on ending it. Like, you just had like two wives.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't my intention on staying that long, you know? I mean, honestly, I didn't want it to be the way it happened. I didn't envision that, you know? It's something that, it's like, it was my escape, almost for like some happiness or something like that. Like, I mean, but for real though, you know, I was in a marriage, you know, my wife didn't complain about too much, really. It almost seemed like I was the one complaining. Like, damn. So, no.
Wow.
She never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ted. I was thinking the same thing.
No,
I want to
no, I was gonna, and I'm not trying to be smart anymore.
Communication comes in, guys. You follow what I'm
but
saying?
you were communicating for 7 years.
No. So, hey, you guys got to go back and watch that goddamn show. So I communicated, and my thing was, I told her what she was not doing for me. And my thing was, she told me on the show, she said, what you should have done, you should have grabbed me and set me down, and you should have told me that if you don't take care of me, I'm going to go out and cheat on you. So she expected me just to be that transparent. But I feel that if I come up to you like, hey, listen, you need to start having sex with me, like we ain't had sex in a week or whatever, you know, or you haven't cooked and, you know, it's me and the kids, I'm having to go out and get something to eat, I shouldn't have to.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, as soon as he
Why
grab her
didn't
and
you
sit her down, he gonna be on Hollywood Unlocked because he done put his hands on her. So.
But then why didn't you? Because we always have the option to leave before it gets to that point.
No, I'm sorry, but listen, so communication, so I feel that she wasn't being fulfilled, I feel that she should have communicated that to me as well. And I feel that that's where we was lacking at right there.
Well, you know what, on the show, because I did watch some of it.
Yeah.
I heard you communicate to your wife on a numerous occasions, but there was something that I saw, like she wasn't listening to you. She just didn't, she told you what you was going to do.
Yeah.
It was, and you just looked, you would just listen, but your wheels was turning.
Yeah.
And I think she took the relationship for granted.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think she got comfortable, and she just, because he's a excellent father. Like, they have 4 beautiful children, and he was at home with the children while she was chasing her career.
Yeah.
And I would sit here, and I'm like, well, she just, like, with the play situation on season 2.
Yeah.
Because I watched season 2, because that's where it started to, like, boil over. So she said, you said, why are you going to do this play? You're just reliving, you know, what we've already experienced. And she was like, I'm going to do the play, and you're going to support me.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I've never watched it. I'm no disrespect. I never watched that. Well, I don't even watch my own show sometimes. So I never watched the show. But I can say that what you see on TV is only 20% of what happens behind camera.
Absolutely.
So she's not here. I don't know this woman.
Show. Because now you got all these people in your business who are giving their opinions and putting stuff in your head.
Yeah. I think things really heighten once we really get on TV, you know, and a narrative.
So you went into this show knowing you had an affair, and it was probably going to play out on TV.
Well, no.
Or you thought you was going to be able to hide it?
Well, it wasn't about hiding. At times, I mean, I did stop. You follow me? So at times, I did stop cheating because, again,
but wasn't the show initially my assistant is a major fan.
Oh, Lord.
The show wasn't initially all about their marriage. It didn't start out that way. From what I understand, first season, it started out about business and real estate, and then the marriage issue started getting so popular, and that took over.
We got some crazy people in the audience, okay? God damn.
You know what?
Can I say something though? As far as like when people say.
But I
want you to finish.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Her shit didn't come out. Her cheating, it didn't come out till later on.
Okay, so
let's go.
It came
I
out.
don't want to hear that shit.
We're going to look. When we come back, we're going to finish the conversation about her stuff. Welcome back to Ministry. Before the break, we was finishing up with Martel, and I wanted you to go a little bit more into when you were talking about your wife's stuff didn't play out on TV and how that could have, being on TV could have a potential effect on how things played out in the marriage.
Well, considering that my ex-wife and I, we currently are filming a show, I'm not going to dig deep off into certain things because we begin to be at a better place right now. We do have 4 children, and it's real life. So I'm beginning to like watch what I say, watch the moves that I make and things like that, because, you know, we trying to put the kids, well, we better put the kids first, you know. And it has been a difficult road, going through a divorce with 4 children and things of that nature. So I'm not going to elaborate on too much.
I want to ask you one more question, and I'm going to transition. How are you incorporating that fifth child?
To me, it's very simple. I've been a great father since I had my first child, and I'm carrying on with my fifth. It's no difference. Yeah. I have him the times that I have my 4 children, and a lot of people look like, how do you do it? I mean, hell, I just do it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Does it have a negative impact on your relationship with your ex-wife?
Well, I don't let her even have a say-so about anything when it comes to my fifth child.
That's good. I want to, and I'm gonna move on, but I want to hone in on that because a lot of times when you're in a relationship and that situation has happened, a lot of times the man allow that woman to dictate their relationship with their child.
Yeah, no. It's almost like she knew that she was pregnant before I did. She kind of put it on social media before anything, so I think she kind of braced herself for what was to come. And she know the kind of the man that I am, the father that I am, and things like that. So she know I wasn't gonna be slacking or not having him when I have the other 4 children. Okay. So it was an amazing transition. My other 4 kids love my 5th child. And again, they don't know any difference at this moment because again, I told them about him earlier on, and then probably a couple weeks later, I introduced them. And it was almost like love at first sight. So awesome. Everything's been good.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm about to watch this show.
To answer that question, of course she was capable. She was capable of doing it from the beginning. But I guess just the emotions, the feelings and things of that nature, whatever I was giving or not giving at that time was the actual response, And I guess the response was, I'm not doing certain things to satisfy him because of what I was doing or what I was not doing. So one or the other.
I just asked him that question off camera. Did he think that his wife, because he said that your side piece only really gave you like 15-20% of what you were missing?
Yeah, look at you, a producer up here. Okay, go ahead.
No, that's correct,
no,
right?
No, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I wasn't thinking like that. So, if I had thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I don't want that damn 15%. I'm going to stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case. I think that I wasn't thinking. Yeah.
But you know what? If you give 85%, you deserve to lose everything you got to that 15%. Because if you date me, I'm 100%, motherfucker. So you better give me 100% too.
I appreciate that.
And I'm not saying to you.
No. I'm saying I appreciate that because that's accurate.
Because I know that's going to strike a nerve with some people. But let me say something, because I dated a 15%er, or no, he was a 50%er. And when you talk about retaliation, I had way more resources than him. And this is way before TV and money and all that. I had money, but I didn't have money like I got money now. Now I would be a problem. But then I had the money, and this person cheated on me, lied on me, and stole from me in the same weekend. And those are my 3 rules. So retaliation, you talk about retaliation, I was the Floyd Mayweather retaliation. I went out, I intentionally did so much damage to that person that I wrote a chapter